Domo, welcome everybody. Today we are playing Tangle Tower, which is part of the Detective Grimoire series. Though for some reason he has red hair in this one. Hence the Markiplier comparison. But yes, Domo Cosmic, Domo Jerked, I'm bloody. And howdy Bluebird, welcome, how you doing? Yes, it's Grim Detective Story. Let's go. Make file. Let's go. Doing tired? I see. Tangle Tower, mid-afternoon. Yes, emo time. Lake's Edge. Hello?
You ready, Sally?
Grimoire, I've been standing here for 7.5 minutes.
Just checking.
Do you have the map?
Yeah, but it's basically blank. Did you read the case file? What do you think?
I guess he has a partner now?
I'm not sure yet. It's really not a lot to go on. Did you read it?
Yeah, I'll read it on the way to the crime scene.
Yeah, so we got compass and files. Good. Hello? Case file. Yeah, it did get a lot more cartoony. It's similar to Monkey Island, where it's like, as each game went on, it got more and more cartoony. Because the first one was originally on Newgrounds as a Flash game. And if you look at that and then see where the games went after that, it's like, yeah, it got really cartoony. Let's see, murder victim, Freya Fellow, 19. Died whilst painting a portrait of Flora Fellow, 58. Probably a mom or grandma or a weird aunt or something, we'll find out. Location, Flora's tower. Flora was present as she was posing for a portrait. Freya Fellow was lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. No weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of Freya's unfinished painting is holding a knife. The red color on the tip of the knife is not paint. It was discovered to be blood. Spooky. Let's see, we got Freya Fellow. Got little paint splotches all over her face. Let's see. I think this is all from the thing, but it says no weapon was found at the scene, but the subject of the painting is holding a knife, so no weapon at the scene of the crime. How was she killed? Tangle Tower, a small painting on a scrap of paper. A few notes have been written on the back. Nowadays it goes by Tangle Tower, but it's actually a pair of towers connected by a mansion at the base. Yeah, more giraffe necks. It do be like that. It's surrounded by a circular lake. The water is an unusual mix of colors. The lake is enclosed by sheer pale cliffs. They're too steep and smooth to climb. Tangle Tower is currently home to both the Fellow family and the Pointer family. Okay. Alright. Oh, now we got like a thing this time. Okay. Birds.
Is that just rainwater? Looks a little weird.
They look like little beeps.
They're even singing a little tune.
Please don't do that.
How's the volume for you guys? If I gotta adjust it, let me know. Volume seems fine? Okay, cool. Alright, we are in the gardens. Is that an egg?
It's a stone carving. Wonder how it got cracked.
I think it's supposed to look like that. It's an egg.
Egg!
What do you think it's for?
I think it's
Yeah,
to scare
monkey.
away detectives.
Is it working?
No.
Harp?
It's a statue of some hideous, scaly, bipedal fish monster
It's a fish.
Playing a harp.
playing a harp.
A fish playing harp. It go do-do-do-do-do.
Hang on a second.
Look closer. Oh,
This isn't just a regular statue, is it?
I don't think so.
Something tells me we're not gonna solve this just yet.
Yeah. Even the game's like, you can't solve this yet. Go back.
Let's come
Go back.
here. It must do something.
You'd hope so, wouldn't you?
All right, I guess we are writing it down for reference. An old weathered statue of an amphibious creature holding a large harp. Symbols are engraved on each of the harp's 4-column segments. Okay, well, I can work with that. What about the water? What's
It's
in the
full of
water?
same weird water that was in the lake.
Any fish in there?
She's wearing a helmet shaped like hair, or does her hair actually look like that? Good question. I have no idea. She's got little afro buns, though. Space buns, I think they're called. So I think that's just her hair, and she's got, like, just like a green afro going on. But I don't know. Is that the same creature from the last game? It might be. I don't know. It could be connected. We'll find out.
Not a single one. Although there is something in there.
It's a cassette tape.
Ooh, a tape.
Or it used to be.
Really? Oh, yeah, that's dirty. The cassette tape has been damaged by water. The ink on the label is blurred and oh god, illegible. I can words. What was its name again? Oh god, it was something silly. Lobby, Bobby, oh god, I should remember. I played it only like, what, 2 weeks ago? I don't remember. I'm like, what was the name of the monster? I don't even remember. I'm terrible with names. What's
It's
this?
all for a bandstand.
It's a one-man bandstand.
Boggy! That's what its name was. I knew it started with a B. Alright, shrooms?
This is some garden.
Do the plants all look a little strange to you?
Yeah, I had to look it up. I couldn't remember. Yeah, the boglin. Alright, let's move on. That's probably all I can do right now until I can figure out that pattern. Alright. Oh, look, it's Tangle Tower.
Oh.
Where's the O?
Oh, there's an O on the floor.
I was on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see that, actually.
Tangle Tour.
Swore.
Tour.
Tangle Tower.
That leads back to the gardens. Oh.
Pick up the O.
What?
Oh.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
Tour.
I can't pick it up? Darn. Oh, there's something in the
Is that an
bushes.
envelope?
It's been opened. But the letters. Let's read it.
Isn't that an invasion of someone's privacy?
No, definitely.
We're gonna read it anyway. Open letter. The envelope has been ripped open. There's a single piece of paper inside. The combination is drawn on the other sheet. Once you have memorized it, destroy it. I do not agree with your reasons. You will not find it down there. Totally not ominous at all. Ha 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 ha. What's the statue here?
No.
Oops.
I think he'll just.
I keep double clicking.
Do you think?
No. I think he'll just.
God damn it.
Do you think he'll start to move if we try to go inside?
No. I think.
Yeah, because the thing is, you only need to click on it once, but I'm like double clicking, so I sometimes accidentally skip the text. I'll figure it out.
Should we ring the doorbell?
Why would we not? It's a little melody.
Ding, ding. Ding, dang, dang. Ding, dang, 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 dang. Let me see something here. It's like, if it's gonna give me music puzzles, I remember from last time I should probably turn
Don't
my
think it's
volume up a
locked.
little bit.
Well, that means we can just walk straight in, right?
I'm pretty sure that's the rule, yeah.
Alright, then let's go inside. Here. To the grand hall. Yes, hello? What's this?
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Let's look closer. Let's see, we've got the fellows, we have... Hey, wait a minute! We dealt with the Remingtons last time! Like, that one guy, that guy was... the guy that was murdered? He was the guy that was, like, killing cryptids and shit? That was the Remington guy. Richard Remington! Right there! Oh, shit! Yeah, the guy is the guy, exactly.
Lord Fellow.
Looks like he was married twice.
Scandal. Richard Remington.
The one and only.
The one and formerly.
Primrose Remington.
I always liked the name Primrose.
Do you think she still lives here?
Like, I don't know. But yeah, the victim was, Freya, wasn't it?
Freya Fellow.
The murder victim.
Yep, okay.
She's barely related to the main family at all.
Yeah, we've got the Dusks. The Dusk and the Fellow, so... I don't know if that was his... That might have been his... So... Yeah, it is a posh name. So, Lord and Lady Fellow, so that was a legitimate relationship. So it seems like Freya might have only been part of the relationship because of her grandfather's relation. Like, if he had an affair, he probably had like second marriage, affair, or whatever. Only paying like 30% attention, so count on me to pick up things that you missed. Don't worry, I have a walkthrough in case I get lost.
It's a big glass tube filled with water.
There are weeds in there. And sand.
It's an aquarium?
Could be. Except there's nothing living in it. Anymore.
Let me see something here. Maybe I can... Raise this, but lower this. There you go. That should be that should be a little more comfortable sounding. Or maybe not. As soon as I do that, it seems to be going... Whatever, let's move on.
Let's head to the crime scene first. It's at the top of the West Tower, I think.
Alright, we'll head up. Oh! It's like, well, thanks for pointing it to me. Laura's Tower. Hello?
There it is. The unfinished portrait of Flora Fellow.
So, what? Freya was killed halfway through painting it?
Looks that way.
Alright, let's see. Freya was unable to finish the painting as she died sometime during the process. Flora appears to be wielding a knife. The red substance on the tip was discovered to be blood. Yep, we got that from the crime report.
I wonder if all of Freya's paintings are this creepy. Maybe it's just because she never got to finish it.
There's something wrong with the crime scene. And something really weird about the murder weapon.
We didn't find a murder weapon.
Yeah, that's the thing. Freya's portrait, is holding a knife tipped with blood. Because it stabbed her?
Flora's portrait is holding a knife tipped with blood because it stabbed Freya.
That's probably what people are thinking. That's probably not what actually happened, but...
Weird, huh?
You think Freya was stabbed by a painting?
Yes,
Not
that's
by
what we're
the
going with
woman
here.
From the painting, but by the painting itself.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Freya was standing right up by the canvas when she was killed. There's blood on the knife. It's the murder weapon.
Right.
Brilliant.
But it's not actually a knife. It can't stab.
Yeah, Sally is
See
a little
any
flat,
other
but
knives
that's
around
okay.
here?
She got plenty of cake to make up for
Case
it.
closed.
The case is not closed. And even if you were right, where does that leave us? A painting can't be a murder suspect.
Oh, jeez. An unfinished painting. Alright, blood.
The outline of Freya Fellow. Looks like she fell onto her back.
Did Grimoire just stick a knife in a painting and was used to stab someone? I think so.
There's a single patch of blood, right in the middle. No real signs of a struggle.
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas,
So?
so she was probably standing really close to the canvas when she fell.
Let's check the case file again.
Yeah, because she was found lying on her back with a single stab wound on her chest. Is that what you're talking about?
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed. Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Yeah, the palette has a variety of paints loaded onto it, the largest the blob of black in the middle. The paint is still covered with dried red paint. Remember the mid-sandwich I bought another sandwich at the same place, but this one was an egg and shrimp sandwich. It was a lot better. Okay, that's good. Yeah, so next, paints?
Freya's painting supplies.
Small glass pots of red, yellow, blue, black, white paint. The glass pots are all cracked down one side. Okay. How about the paintbrush?
Supposedly, Freya was working on the painting when she was killed.
Yeah, she does have long, flowing, majestic hair.
Looks like she was still holding her paintbrush and palette when she fell.
You like to eat the eggies? So do I. I had a nice egg salad.
Didn't even get a chance to clean her brush.
Still covered in paint. Alright, that's still part of the same evidence. Alright,
Is that a gramophone?
gramophone.
I think so, except it's got a tape deck instead of a turntable.
It's also got a big crack down the middle.
It plays cassette tapes instead of vinyl records. It's pointed towards the middle of the room. There's noticeable crack through it, all the way from the horn down through the tape deck. Yeah, she's just been standing there the entire time. I don't know, I'll talk. It's like, I don't
about
think
the
she
cassette
notices
tape?
nothing.
Yeah, it sure is. Pink.
Yeah, there's a cassette tape cracked down the middle. There's a handwritten message on the label to Freya. I don't know if we can use it, but... Oh, I got a little magnifying glass.
Do
Alright.
you think it still works?
The gramophone? Yeah, we could give it a go.
Yeah, let's try it. Why not? Play.
It's piano music.
Huh. It's recording of piano music. It plays for a short while before stopping. Yeah, I hear the pianos. Let's... Yeah, I don't know what we can get from that. How about this one? Anything? Hello? Hmm.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
Yeah, it's like I'm trying to hear it, but I'm like, it's so crackly. Yeah, it's a recording of someone walking outdoors. A distorting, humming melody can be heard. Egg?
Is that an egg? An egg with bird feet.
Yes.
It's also covered in gemstones.
Cool.
What a completely ordinary object.
Let's look closer at the totally normal
I
object.
think it's a container for something.
Those gems look like they come off.
Oh. Swap the position of the gems, rotate the egg to see a clue on the back.
Nope.
Did you check the clue on the back? I'm pretty sure it explains where to put each of the gemstones.
I guess it does, doesn't it? You talk to GPT about AI technology, even AI thinks the YouTube using AI is wrong. Yeah, of course. So... Like, that looks like that. Or maybe it's this. Maybe it's the other way around. It's the other way around because it's on the shorter side. And there's like a line through here. They're supposed to both be purple, I think. And then there's like a curvy one. There's purple and blue. And then there's like this little jiggy jaggy that's red and blue. And then... Or wait, did I have it backwards? I have it backwards. Other way around. What's this zigzag? Is that the purple and yellow? Yeah, that's supposed to be purple and yellow, and then this little box is yellow and green swapped. Okay, I got it.
I got it.
I'm impressed. Did it unlock? What's in there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing!
Well, I'm not leaving without a clue.
Domo time, Worm Gecko. How am I bad?
An empty egg is a clue, right?
Why me? Once unlocked, the egg can be opened. It's currently empty. The lining of the egg is a soft velvet-like material. The egg is supported by a stand made of brass. It rests on 3 strange feet with pointed claws. I always take like 3 days off after. Yeah, it's like put your phone in there and close it. Like one of those shredders. I've seen the video. Like, oh shit, my phone! Like, maybe there was something in there, but now it's not there anymore. Who knows? Now we could talk to the ominous lady. Hello?
Flora... Philo?
No, fellow? Oh god, even her hair's even covering up the text box.
Sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
I'm on Gecko. I have the mental health.
I'm afraid.
Did you witness the murder, Flora?
Nothing. What do we do?
What do we
Not
do?
sure. She's entitled to her silence, I suppose.
For now.
Yes, exactly. I always take breaks Mondays, Fridays, and Sundays. I got a whole schedule and everything. You ever check my Twitter? But yeah, your encounter. Hello?
Flora... Philo?
Yeah, exactly. I gotta brush up on my fur, brush
Hey,
my tails.
Sorry to barge in. I'm sure you're still in some distress.
Oh wait, did I do this one already?
We need to ask you a...
Did you witness the murder?
Nothing. What do we do?
Not sure. She's entitled.
Yeah, we could do. Okay. Note to self: if it has a check mark on it, I clicked it already.
Is there anything you'd like to tell us, Flora?
Yes, ma'am.
I don't really know anything about you at all.
Yeah,
I
she's
think
holding the
that's
right
the
to
way she
remain
likes it.
silent. Exactly.
We'll just have to ask other people about her.
Yeah,
What
okay.
happened? What you do over the weekend? What happened
Freya was
yesterday?
painting your portrait yesterday. Is that right?
Say,
Was this something you had planned with her ahead of time?
Was there something special about yesterday?
Did
Did
you
something
talk
happen?
to Freya at all while she was painting you?
She's not going to answer
yeah,
us,
they
is
do
she?
bounce. The balls do bounce around, so
But
that's
at
why I'm
least we can
like,
say
I'm
we
pretty
tried.
sure they're little afro balls. You were arrested while doing an insane drifting maneuver through an elementary school for the. It's like, what are you, one of those kick streamers?
Flora, you were definitely in the room at the time of the murder.
I figured you were
Surely
joking, but
you
on the
must have
other hand,
seen
I was gonna
something?
say.
Can you tell me anything about what happened to Freya?
Stop covering the box with your
She's acting
hair!
Pretty suspicious, if you ask me.
I don't know. Maybe she really doesn't know anything.
How is that possible?
Like, I don't know, she probably had her back turned or something. Who knows? I don't think I can get anything else out of her right now.
Were you close with Freya? How are you two related?
Like, I
Did
can
you
always
kill
check
Freya?
the
Grimoire.
What? I
tree.
don't even think she's listening.
Like, how are you two related?
She's
Something
listening.
about bastard children.
Anything we should know? Any hobbies? Besides staring out the window?
Yeah, no, we're not gonna get anything out of her right now. Well, at least we tried. I'll be honest, I don't like the increased cartooniness. Yeah, it's an acquired taste. It's a very peculiar style, I will admit. Like, I don't mind it. Let's see, where do I want to go next? Should I work my way down? It was an elementary school that was under Witness Protection Services. Fantastic. Like, rack up those bonus points. Let's see what's on the
A little
table.
hand-painted statue.
How can you tell it's hand-painted?
Well, the paints are right there on the desk. Also, I mean, no offense, but you can just tell.
Yeah, that looks pretty homemade to me. A wooden carving of a man holding a sword. The model has been hand-painted, but the paint is not fully applied. Yellow, blue, black, and white paints were found nearby, similar to, Freya's paints. They look the same. So, yeah, it's the same as Freya's paints.
Nice. A real treasure chest.
Tangle Tower Detective Rumor, but he had a stroke. Oh no. They probably just hired a different artist or something. Or if it was the same artist, they might have just changed their style over time. Because I've seen people like go from cartoony to realism, or realism to anime, or vice versa. It happens. It's like, so you're just happily cruising through those crimes, ain't you, Tom Gecko?
How do you know there's treasure in there?
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like the same brand, so like it could be connected.
Why else would it be locked? Plus, there's a treasure map hanging directly above it.
Treasure?
What's the deal with that painting on the front?
Like, all right, then what actually happened?
Not sure. We should check that treasure map too.
Ooh, treasure. Use the treasure map to discover the combination for the chest padlock. So we have Dragon X Rock Tree. Read a pile back around and this girl hammered off her ass, said she could not hide her car until I get right up beside her. What, so you ran into a Karen? Is that what happened? But yeah, no, I'm thinking about it and I think the picture is supposed to tell you what, if you were to view what's going on from the picture, what position you would be in is the combination. Like, you're supposed to stand on an X, so it's clearly one of the X ones. But if you were to look, there would be a dragon on your left, a rock on your right, and a tree straight ahead. No, this one. Has to be this one. Because there's a dragon on the left, a rock, and a tree, so it's... Yeah, I figured it out. It's H6, what was it? I think direction, so west.
There we go.
Perfect.
Alright, cool.
What was in the box?
More wooden models.
Wowee!
These are a little different to the one on the desk.
I4N was the one you were looking at? It's like I4N, well, the thing is, yeah, that one probably would have worked too, but I was looking at the birds too. Because I don't think it had birds. And then I saw the birds in front of the tree. I'm like, it's probably that one. But maybe there was more than one answer. I don't know. A model resembling a child with gray hair. A model resembling a woman... Bleh. A model resembling a child with green hair. A model resembling a woman with gray hair. A model resembling a red and white bird. A model resembling a broad-shouldered man. The wooden models have been hand-painted. The paint is not skillfully applied. Yeah, I noticed the birds too. I forgot to mention the birds. A pot of red paint and a brush is laying nearby. The brush has some dried red paint on it.
We
Can we look
already
again?
solved it.
Like, I wanted to look again though, just for the hell of it.
We already saw.
Fine. Be that way.
What is it?
He's an imp.
What does he do?
Well, if you tell too many lies, he appears at the end of your bed in the middle of the night.
Oh.
Hello, sir.
Sir?
Like,
Can
hello,
you
sir?
hear me? I'm Private Detective Grimoire. I have some questions for you.
Grimoire. Good
Grimoire.
mysterious name. I'd rather like it. Felix.
Thank you for the
Fellow
follow.
at
Domo,
your beck and
welcome.
call.
And, this is my colleague, Sally.
Yeah, that's a perfectly good name.
Okay,
as
good. So you won in the end.
Thanks.
If you would, Mr. Fellow, we really need to ask you about the murder.
Well, I must say I'm rather jealous of you two.
Oh yeah? Why's that?
Out here solving mysteries, exploring new places, uncovering secret rooms, hidden treasures. That's what life is all about.
Secret rooms?
Secret rooms? I want secret rooms.
Speaking, you know, that sort of thing.
Like, I like me some secret rooms. All right. Well, tell me more about
So,
yourself.
Felix,
Who is
what
you?
exactly do you,
Felix.
do?
Is it not obvious? I'm an explorer. Explorer / treasure hunter.
Ah,
Yes,
yes.
best in the world.
We're talking like curse statues, spike pits.
It's a little more sophisticated than that.
You know they're
I've
professional when they got a
certainly
slash
seen
in
my
their
share
name.
of danger, if that's what you're asking.
And, if
I say doing
may
it
ask,
myself.
when did you retire?
You listen here. I may be between ventures right now, but it's simply not in my nature to stay in one place for too long. I go wherever the winds of destiny take me.
Don't you live here with your wife and daughter?
Yes, well, the fellow family has certain loyalties, and with Flora the way she is,
Nothing wrong with raising a family, Mr. Fellow.
don't misunderstand me. Fiona and Flora are my entire world. They are the greatest treasure of all.
The greatest treasure of all. And, yeah.
Why on earth would you want to know about that?
The murder of Freya Fellow. The reason we're here?
Ah, right.
We're here to solve a
yes,
murder?
Very
With a painting?
Hello?
Hello?
I regret that I can't be of any help, but I wish you all the best in your investigation.
Hear that, Grimoire? We're done here. Let's go.
It's a simple question, Felix. I'm sure you're up to it.
There's not much to tell. Mostly, I was in my room by myself, working on Flora's, working on a project.
Your
What
room
kind
is
of
quite close to
project?
Flora's tower. You didn't hear anything unusual?
Were you doing some painting yourself?
What have you got?
He's like, sir, you're not saying anything. What kind of weird shit are you into? Come on, tell us. Make a statement.
It was dusk. A feeling lingered in the air. Malevolent, perhaps. Uncertain as life itself.
Abridged version, please.
Right, fine. I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room. The
Oh,
footsteps were calm, orderly, so I thought nothing of it. Shortly afterward, I heard a second set of footsteps.
Second?
Going the same way. This time I could tell just from the sound that something was wrong. So I looked out into the hallway. I got a glimpse of Poppy disappearing down the staircase to the floor below.
Poppy?
Didn't know what to make of it, to be honest. I thought perhaps she'd had a disagreement with Fitz, as I know those two are close. So I looked into his room, just in case, but it was empty, as was the garden beyond his window. Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading
She
up
got a
Fellow
duck on her
Tower
head.
to find Professor Pointer, so I escorted her. We went into Flora's room. Poor Freya was laying on the floor. Fiona, Poppy, Fitz, and Pointer were there already. Flora, too, of course. Soon enough, everyone else made their excuses and left.
How many people were involved with this?
Including
My
you?
goodness.
Not I.
We're gonna have a lot of
I
suspects.
stayed. Flora needed me.
But that Penelope lady, I want to take a look at her. I wonder if she's pretty. Like, she got ducks on her head. Maybe she's a Disney princess. Oh, let's get the family tree again. Can I ask him more about Freya?
Uncommonly skilled as an artist, but Freya was so much more than her talent. She helped me get started with my own painting, you know. It taught me what she knew about wood carving, too.
Aha! There we
Tremendous
go.
Patience. She was ever so good with dear Flora.
Freya and Flora were close?
Oh, yes, especially recently.
How are you related to Freya?
Somewhat distantly, as it happens. My father, Lord Fellow, was her grandfather.
Yes, the bastard child.
Technically, that makes her a fellow. Let's just say there was some discussion over whether she ought to carry the name at all. There's a family tree in the Grand Hall. You should take a look at it.
What about
I
her
did already, but I
inheritance?
want to look at it
Freya's
again.
parents died when she was around 3 years old. She came to live here shortly afterwards.
Nobody left her a thing?
I'm afraid not. She had no formal claim over anything at Tangle Tower.
Dang, she really was the run of the litter, wasn't she?
You're the one currently basking in his presence. You tell me.
Let's move on.
Sure.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes. Been married over 20 years now.
You two still get on?
You
still get on?
What a
It's like, do you two still
She
fuck?
hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true, she has an independent
Like, has she been holding
streak.
out on
She's,
you?
had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the way she is.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Yes,
Other
she likes to
humans?
be the mysterious
Well, yes,
loner with the hair
other
flowing
people,
into
you
wind.
know.
Alright, let me get... I want to go back to the hallway. I want to look at that thing again.
What is that?
I think it's a family tree.
Alright, so we met Felix. So he's there in the middle. Okay, so Flora was previously a Remington. She married into the family. Okay,
Flora Remington.
We met her. she's one of the suspects.
Yeah, I see. And then Penelope's all the way on the right side as the pointers. So yeah, okay. Let's try this room next. Freya's room.
It's a little wooden box for paintbrushes.
To the casual observer,
Let's see what's in here.
they're not
Oh.
real paintbrushes. Looks like they're part of some kind of lock mechanism.
Yes. Swap the brushes in the correct order, arrange the paper to find a clue. Alright, so this is do I need to rotate any of these pieces? I'm a little confused. Trying to see where I can find pieces that fit. Maybe... It's like this. I'm like, what goes... If I could figure out how to fit these pieces together, I could probably figure it out. Maybe like... Maybe if I have you down here? Like, I think this is a corner piece. I want to say this is a corner piece. Some of them may or may... It's like... It's one of those things where you're like, I want to have the corner pieces, but I don't think they're all corner pieces. Wait, that fits. That fits, like, right here. I think. It looks like that sort of fits, like, here. And then... This would go here. And then, you could go up here, and then you could go here. Yeah, okay. Alright, so... Cool, I solved the puzzle. Now I just gotta figure out what the fuck it means. Yeah, it's like... heights. Let's see, what did these things do? Because we got greens, we got blues, we've got the triangle shapes, we've got the rectangle shapes. We also got the little pointy bits, but I don't know how relevant that is. So is it supposed to be... There's no orange. Or wait, no, the sticks! The sticks! Oh god, the sticks! Okay, I think I get it. So it's, short, the shortest orange. If we're going down by columns. So it's the shortest stick, and then it's one of the green ones. We'll put that there for now. And then, we need a pink stick with the tip brush. But is it this one then, or is it this one? I mean, if we continue down the colors... Either way, these two are going to be last. Because they're the tallest, so... Process of elimination? I want to say that this I think it is green, then blue. So shortest stick, green, blue, and then tallest. So then, is that it?
That's done it.
Okay, cool.
What was in the box?
Just a photograph. Well, most of a photograph.
Cool picture. A photograph with two young girls, one with red hair, the other with green hair. The photo has a large piece missing. It seems to have been ripped off. All right. Well,
Drawings taped up on the wall.
like, can we find any other
What's
pictures?
that one on the left?
Looks like two people standing together in a garden. One of them's holding a red rose.
Ah, yes. Freya's drawings. A drawing of a man standing with a woman in a garden. He's holding a red rose. A drawing of a young woman, and a drawing of a person wearing a cloak. It says Fifi. So we have Fifi, Hawkshaw, and these two. He's like, maybe this guy is a gardener and he's having a little bit of a relations. I don't know. What about down here?
Painting is really something.
Why would you want it looming over your bed like that?
Maybe Freya enjoyed the atmosphere it creates.
The atmosphere of chaos and oppression?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down by the floor.
It's a photograph.
Look at this photograph! A small photograph of Freya's abstract painting. A piece of adhesive tape is stuck on it. Lines have been drawn with black ink around the edges. Okay. I don't know if that's relevant right now.
That painting. is
Why would you want
Maybe Freya enjoyed.
atmosphere?
Hang on. There's a smaller version down
It's
there.
a photograph.
Yeah, clicking on it again just loop the dialogue. Teddy bear! Aw.
Looks pretty depressed.
He's had a rough couple of days.
I'll say. What's in the box?
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves and twigs in there? Might have been for keeping insects.
Oh, she liked bugs. She liked to draw, she liked to bug. What's that?
A pillow with a paw print pattern.
It's a cushion.
Yeah, but that doesn't alliterate.
That might be it for now. Let's check downstairs. Finish up the left side for now. Oh, is that Fifi? Hello? What's that?
Is that a snow globe?
It is a snow globe.
Of sorts.
Domo Murray, welcome. You have received Domo. How do you respond? By also saying Domo. Welcome.
Hey, look at that. It's a model of Tangle Tower. There's the lake and those weird mountains. What are you thinking?
Yes, welcome. How you doing?
That would make an amazing
Exactly.
souvenir.
Double Domo. Domo. Is there anything I can do with this?
Hey, look, it's a model. What do you
That
think?
would make an
Maybe not. You're good, a bit eepy though? Yeah, I'm also a bit eepy myself. Like, had a lot to do today. What's these potions?
Sure. Why not build a science lab in the corner of the library?
The search for new knowledge. The archiving of old knowledge. It's downright poetic.
How about this book that has a
It's an
light shown on it,
book
clearly
about
illuminating
birds.
how important it is?
It's been left open. Looks like somebody was halfway through reading it.
Or it was left open for us to find.
Sure, we can find
Ever
stuff.
so slightly unnerving.
Birds! Bird book! The ink dip is a remarkably intelligent bird with a very long lifespan. Yeah, exactly, bird. Even among avian mystids. Other birds are often aggressive towards it, and ink dip lives most of its life alone. Has particular feeding habits and usually only eats the seed of the Tantum amica. Pictured here. Okay. Oh my god, who knocked over this bookshelf?
Looks
Ah!
about ancient history, I think.
These books are ancient history. I think they'd crumble into dust if I tried to pick them up.
Good excuse.
Yeah, I'll take my posture.
Thanks.
Alright, now we'll talk to Fifi.
Curious. I would expect bacteria of that nature to thrive in these conditions.
Excuse me.
Taking all the environmental factors into account, there must be something I am still missing.
May I talk to you, miss?
She knows we're here. She just doesn't care.
I
Like, hello,
am
ma'am.
a detective, and I need to talk.
Correction. You do not need to talk to me,
Oh no? How come?
because I am not a suspect. I am completely innocent of any and all crimes.
Thanks for letting me know.
Speaking of
When you
which,
look at
you
her
have
head,
been
at first you
Tangle
think they're
Tower for
headphones,
over
but then you're like, no,
22
those are her eyes!
Surely you have already reached a sturdy hypothesis.
A
Her eyes are on the
hypothesis
side of her head!
about the murder?
Yeah, come on, Grimoire, hurry up.
My apologies. Unfortunately, protocol dictates I must at least meet all the suspects. And that includes you. So, could you tell me your name?
Fifi Fellow, microbiologist, inventor, innovator.
Fifi fellow. Okay. Thought she wanted to say you merely want to talk to me. Nah. But no, seriously, like when she looks like that, it looks like her nose looks like the part between her hair, like bangs, and then the sides look like headphones. But then when she turns, you see no, her eyes are on the side of her head, and those are her glasses, and then that part's her nose. Yeah, it's like what the fuck? Like I swear we found evidence.
There is a drawing of me, a drawing of Detective Hawkshaw, and a drawing of Poppy and Fitz.
Poppy and Fitz. Okay. I just realized by clicking on that I unintentionally asked her about that, but you know what? That was actually valuable information.
You will need to be more specific. Oneself cannot be summarized in a single response without doing one a great disservice.
So true.
Well, first of all, you're a fellow. So does that make you the daughter of...
Correct. My father and mother are named Flora and Felix, but you need not question either of them. It will only
So that's
waste
their
valuable
daughter.
Time. Neither of them are capable of murder.
Thanks for the tip.
Fifi, you said you were a
It's like,
micro...
this is their daughter.
something or other.
Microbiologist, but it is an insignificant label. My studies cannot be categorized in any one recognized field.
What made you want to become a scientist in the first place?
I harbor an intrinsic fascination with the microscopic. I constructed my first one at age 10.
Constructed a microscope?
Correct.
She
And
built the
what's that
whole
thing on your head?
microscope.
Did you make that too?
My eyesight began to deteriorate when I turned 12. Not satisfied with the eyeglasses prescribed to me, I designed this custom lens instead. It automatically adjusts based on the surrounding light conditions.
Does it glow?
Well,
red
isn't
when you get
that
angry?
smart?
No, but that would be most amusing.
Like, yeah, why couldn't you have made glasses that let you shoot laser beams? Just be like, pew, 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 pew. But yeah, I guess this branch of the family lives all on one side.
What can you tell me about the murder?
What can you tell me about... Wait, that's what I'm supposed to ask you.
Yes, however, you were too slow.
You fancy yourself a detective too, Fifi?
I just need to know what happened.
Me too. So talk.
Fine. I knew ahead of time that Freya was going to be busy with her painting all day, so I had planned to spend the afternoon with Poppy. I was in the library all morning preparing the equipment for an experiment, only to find out that Poppy had made other plans and she was in fact planning to ignore me completely.
Oh.
So what did you do instead?
I locked myself in my room and cried.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Why?
I don't know, it just sounds kind of sad.
It is not unusual.
Oh. Good.
Yeah. But, yeah, it's like that. It does seem like this is one of those games with very, very exaggerated cartoon proportions. But at least they make it interesting by having them be all animated and stuff. It's fully voice acted, so I'm like, you know what? I'll go along with it.
I was in my room. The lights were off and the door was locked. Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me. I opened the door. Poppy came into my room. Her makeup was leaking. She told me Freya was dead. I did not believe it. I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
Ha! Like,
insisted
she
that we
lied
go
to
up
me, so I punched her in the
Flora's
face.
tower. We
But
left
she was
the
telling the
room,
truth.
And Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs. When I saw Freya lying on the floor, I was completely and utterly devastated. Then, I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting. Poppy and I took the sample back downstairs to the library. We performed a test and found out that it was, in fact, blood.
Ah, so you
performed
did
that
the autopsy,
scientific test
basically.
Immediately, even though you were feeling so upset?
Of course. Why would one affect the other?
Like, she's like, yes, but it's like, I do not care if my relative is dead. I must pursue the science. All right, tell me more about Freya then.
Name, Freya Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, artist. Deceased. Understand this. Most people find me difficult. They exhibit a noticeable degree of discomfort when talking to me. There
Gee,
it
I
is.
wonder why.
Freya, who had a way of being an exception to any given rule, was not at all like this. She is very important, and I will not rest until I understand what has happened to her.
Did you spend a lot of time with Freya recently?
I will say this. In the past year, Freya became 1. Increasingly independent, and 2. Increasingly isolated.
Do you know why?
I do not. If you are looking for a speculative, empathetic opinion, try asking Poppy instead.
The three of you were friends.
We are of a similar age, and all highly gifted. 1 scientist, 1 artist, and 1 musician.
Oh,
Sounds
so
like
she
quite a
might be
team.
the source of the music. It's like, that might be important later.
Name, Flora Fellow. Age, 44. Profession, unknown. Likes, unknown. Dislikes, unknown.
Isn't she your mother?
Hobbies?
How do you not know
Unknown.
I believe other people may have discovered methods of reaching her, but I have little capacity for interpreting nonverbal communication.
And how long has Flora been non-verbal?
She has always been quiet, willing to speak when necessary, but not more.
So what happened to make her stop talking entirely?
She suffered a great loss, something she has been unable to move beyond.
What was that loss then? Like, you can't just say vaguely that she lost something. It could actually be important.
Name, Fiona Fellow. Age, 19. Profession, amateur microbiologist.
So she
Likes,
had you when you were
the
25.
meaningful archiving
I mean,
of
she was
information.
25 when she had you.
Dislikes, the superfluous window dressing accompanying the majority of human contact. Notes, kindly disregard the polysyllabic form of my given forename and refer to me instead as Fifi.
How come you prefer Fifi?
How come you prefer Grimoire?
How are you
Got
related
you
to the
there.
other fellows?
Fitz is my cousin. His father, a man named Flint, was my uncle.
Was?
I do not know if Flint is alive or not. He left Tangle Tower a long time ago.
And what about Freya? How are you related to her?
We share exactly 1 grandparent.
Yeah, you do.
Name, Felix Fellow. Age, 53. Profession, none. Likes, collecting objects of negligible monetary value
They
and
have a pretty
assigning
big
them
age gap
personal
then, don't they?
value.
It's like 9
Dislikes,
years.
The inescapable realities of human existence. Notes, Felix is my father and legal guardian.
And, is he a good dad?
I have no point of comparison, but I would say no.
No. Why
Wow.
not?
You asked me a binary question. Do not get upset that I provided one of the 2 possible answers.
What makes him a bad father, Fifi?
He has trouble expressing his emotions, and something of a willful detachment from reality.
Huh. Just like you, then.
Grimoire.
No, he is quite correct.
Like, I'm just like... I think this entire family is
Fifi's bedroom should be
neurodivergent.
unlocked now.
Alright, Fifi's bedroom should be unlocked.
Can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah. I don't know if I want to go now. Do I want to go now? I could go now. Yeah, let's just go now. Why not? I mean, what's stopping me, really? It's Fifi's room.
A new suspect. Don't think you can get out being questioned just because you're a bear.
The bear knows the bare necessities.
Safe for the judge.
What's this?
It looks like a microscope. A big one.
Can I touch it?
Touch it. Hell yeah. Oh god, what is this?
I'm not sure this is a microscope.
Horizontally slide the 4 magnifying glasses to correct positions. So then, what's it look like without? So we've got big pieces, little pieces. So I gotta like adjust the sizes. Like this makes everything bigger. This makes it smaller. Oh, this makes things very big. Hold on, I may be up onto something. Maybe. Maybe like that. This makes it smaller. Hold on, I think I'm almost on. Is that it?
I got it.
Okay, got it. Cool. That was an interesting
Sounds
one.
like it unlocked.
Yeah, it's built on top of a little metal box. There's a book in here.
Hello, book. Secret diary, a well-used book resembling a diary. It's locked with a strange metal device. Alright, well, how do we open it?
Crystal chandeliers. Extra fancy.
I don't know. They just seem old-fashioned to me. Plus, they're kind of dusty.
What's this?
Fifi's got something pinned up here.
What is all this?
I don't know. What is
Arrows
this?
connecting all the different suspects.
They're not labeled, though.
Yeah, they're completely meaningless.
Or are they? Could it have to do with relations? Because we saw the two with the. It's like even we're on here. It's like us and Sally. That shows she has us connected. So.
Did you notice who isn't on here?
Freya?
Mm-hmm. And Fifi herself.
Like, hold on. We might be able to get something here.
A chalkboard.
Is this a library or...
Oh, maybe this is something. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. 191, 193.
Math equation.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
I don't know. This might not be relevant
I'm
yet.
not sure I learned anything from that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just remembered she had a chalkboard and I didn't look at it, so I was like, wait a minute, let me see here. That's it for the left side of the room. So let's go to the right side of the mansion. Hello? Whooms?
Whoa. Nice cape.
You're not fellows or pointers. I'm sure I shall immediately regret asking. But who are you, and what is your business here?
I'm Sally, and this is my sidekick, Grimoire.
A private detective, Grimoire.
Really? You're a
Yes.
detective. If this is a joke, it's not a good one.
Who are you, anyway?
Yes,
Private
whooms.
Detective Hawkshaw.
Oh!
Nice. Hawkshaw's a cooler name than Grimoire. Maybe I'll become her sidekick.
Not on the Freya fellow case, too, are you?
That is classified information between myself and my client. Clearly, this is something which eludes you. But a real detective refrains from handing out informations to persons unknown.
Yes,
Oh.
Kitty.
Right.
But why don't we
Now, if
exchange
you would,
information so we
I
could
have work
solve
to
it
do.
together? Yes, Pet Kitty. Domo Shadow Man, welcome. How you doing? Well, what do you know about Freya?
Freya Fellow is of great interest to me. I perceived her to be the most intelligent individual here at Tangle Tower. Within a day,
You're asleep?
she
Okay,
had
fair enough.
identified for whom I was working and for what I was searching. I didn't know how she did it. I was impressed. I regret that I did not question her more thoroughly when I had the opportunity.
You couldn't have known she was about to be killed, though.
I have only
So,
myself to blame for failing to perceive the signs.
What
so,
signs?
so
I do
Hawkshaw
not
was
wish to do
here
your job for you, detective.
before Freya was murdered. So Hawkshaw's not here for the murder. Hawkshaw's here for something else. Explain
It's
yourself.
not in my interest to discuss personal details.
Even if you're one of the
You just woke up
suspects
from
in
a
the
nap?
murder?
Gotcha.
Very well. Let us make a small exception. Ask.
Oh, what are you doing here?
I'm on a case at the behest of my client.
How long have you been at Tangle Tower?
133 hours. 5.5 days.
Yeah, I was
What
about to
are you working
say.
for?
I am not at liberty to answer that. Now, I shall permit you one more question.
What crime are you...
How'd you get that scar? It's cool.
You really think so?
It's like Sally's already trying to flirt with the other detective right in front of our salad. Thanks.
As it happens, I completed an examination of Flora's room on the morning before the murder. I've been investigating every single room at Tangle Tower. Hers
Yeah,
was
she
one
is
of the
kind of
last
hot. I
on my
mean,
list.
yeah, I don't
Did you
blame her
find
for being
anything
interested.
Nothing but a thin layer of dust and an atmosphere of somber melancholy.
Got that cool
Was
scar.
Flora in there at the time?
She
got the
spent
flowing
duration of
cape.
my search staring up at the sky, out the open window. Didn't say a word, although I'm told this is the expected behavior.
What did you do after that?
I spent the early evening searching the library. It took longer than it should have. Fiona leaves that room in a permanent state of disarray.
Fiona was in the library too?
I expected her
Yeah,
to make an
normalize wearing
appearance,
flowing capes in
but
public.
she did
Yeah,
not.
exactly.
And you stayed in the library the rest of the day?
Not quite.
It's like he was mean to vote the room. Work was exhausting. If you gotta get your eep on. Rest is good for the head.
Towards the early evening, my examination of the library was unexpectedly disrupted. Sounds of running, wailing, shouting from several floors above. I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared. He emerged from the Pointer staircase
Ah, yes, the pointer.
and begun up the fellow staircase. Our eyes met. He was breathless. Something had caused him great alarm. He told me to stay out of the way. I
That's twice
consented
now he's come up
and
in
decided
someone's
to return to
story.
my office in the stone square.
As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
She was clutching the banister of the Pointer staircase with an apprehensive manner. She wished to know where Professor Pointer had gone. I told her what had transpired. Then, she too crossed the hall and disappeared up the fellow staircase. More so than at any moment prior, I felt like quite an intruder in the house. I took my leave, out towards the stone square. The grounds were silent. There were no signs of human life. Even the greenhouse was without its typical inhabitant. I noted that he, too, must be entangled in whatever was transpiring in Fellow Tower. An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance. He spoke to me of what had occurred. His
Ah,
report
okay.
was as clumsy and cumbersome as the man giving it.
Did he seem upset?
He was rattled. That much was clear, but sorrowful, mournful, I cannot say.
Alright, well, that's worth noting. Tell me more about yourself. How'd you get your scar?
314 cases solved.
That's a lot! This is only our third,
And 14.
technically.
Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition, no focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely. Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Quite the stoic statue, isn't she? I can only dream of being as cold and indifferent as Flora Fellow.
You think she's hiding something?
Perhaps. She has some strange habits. I heard
She likes
barely
to
sleeps
blow her
an hour
hair.
here or there, sporadically. Spends the rest of her time staring up at the sky.
Like, she has the strange habit of letting her hair just whip the nay-nay back and forth.
A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
No.
That would be cheating.
Like, why would we force it open?
Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
No.
No. Do you know anything about the
Makes
portrait?
quite an impression, doesn't it? Although I can't imagine why she painted Flora wielding a knife.
You didn't see a knife anywhere in Flora's room, did you?
I did not.
Yeah, the
I
game is more
conclude
challenging if
whatever
you don't
stabbed
force it.
Freya must have been
Exactly.
brought into the room from outside. Unless, of course, it was the painting itself.
Surely you don't believe in that kind of thing.
A detective's job is to examine every avenue of thinking.
Including paintings coming to life and stabbing people.
I'd tell him not to quit his day job, but he hasn't got one, has he?
Nah, I guess he's just a bum.
I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last.
Yeah, probably could have been the painting. Who knows? It's like, maybe it's haunted. What's here?
Is that a clock?
Yeah, Boggy did turn
It
out to be
is.
real, so I don't know. Oh, this is the
I'm
thing.
guessing it doesn't tell the time.
So what does it do?
Rotate the dials until all four hands are in the correct position.
Reset the puzzle?
Hmm.
Just gonna rest my brain.
Like, is there a way to...
A wooden trunk.
I want one.
Like, do you know anything about this puzzle? Probably doesn't.
Is that a...
If it is.
Alright, thanks for stopping by, Murray. So my guess is maybe I'm supposed to have them all lined up in the same position? That's my guess. Because that's gonna move that. So basically these two are always gonna be the same. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to do is have them all be in the same position. Or wait. This is supposed to be 9. That's... Wait a minute, they're numbers. Wait, shit.
Reset the
Reset. They're numbers. They're number. Well, I figured this was a 2, but no, it might be 12 actually. That's a 3, that's a 9, that's 6? So that's 3 and 9. Then... Yeah, 3, 9, 12, 6.
That's the
Oh,
one.
shit.
Hey, not bad.
Oh, it took me... It's like, I saw the 2, but I was like, what does it mean? And then it finally fucking clicked. Oh.
What's
Okay.
in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Small lens. A small brass tool with a curved glass lens that has a screw at the base. It's like, yeah, I'm so smart. Do you know about the lens? It never gives me an excuse to talk to
This
the pretty
belongs
lady
you,
more.
Hawkshaw?
Correct.
What?
What is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
So
What
it
do
was
you magnify
hers.
with it?
I just
Trace
opened her
particles,
box.
Dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Oops.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse.
Yes,
only
I'm
2 days ago.
hilarious.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client.
Who's your client anyway? Did you say? I don't think she said who her client even is. That's probably it for now. What's over this way? To the greenhouse. Wait, does this mean she suggested you should force open her own box? Yeah, I think so. And oh god, hello. Talk to you in a second. Let's see what's going on here. Beetle.
That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
Yeah, he's got the big horns. He's so cute. I like bugs.
Is
Bears?
that fruit? In a
Too
shape?
shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little too.
Safe to eat, do you think?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, these glowing fruits are probably
This
important.
one's in a little pot.
Okay, that is definitely not edible.
It looks like a gemstone, don't you think?
Potted fruit. A potted fruit with a hard gemstone-like skin. The soil in the pot is unusual blue color. Yeah, so you're renovating your room, you got a new desk. Try to prepare it, because we work in a basement. Then have to build the stuff. Oh yeah, so you're doing all kinds of stuff. Well, good luck with that. Hopefully it comes out the way you want it.
Tools used by a gardener for gardening.
What's this?
A little chart of. Actually, I have no idea what it's about.
Oh, this is a thing. Yeah, I don't know what that means yet.
What do you make of it?
Not a whole lot.
Let's talk to the ominous figure in the corner. Hello?
We're being...
Yeah, I see him.
Oops. Hello?
He's a little too big to hide in the bushes. Is anyone going to say anything? Or shall we just stand around staring at each other?
Right, sorry.
Sorry.
That's better. I'm Sally. And the guy hiding behind me is Detective Grimmer.
Yeah, I can imagine
Who are
getting
you?
exhausted after all that.
Fellow, the gardener.
Mm-hmm. And why are you so tall?
I was born this way. It's like, don't question the tall, ominous gardener with the beefy muscles.
You work here as the gardener.
I don't get paid to do it. It's just my area of interest.
What's the deal with the plants? They're all kinda weird.
Right. Did you see the lake?
That giant green and purple lake surrounding the entire house? Yeah, I clocked it.
The color is just a byproduct.
Of what? Poison?
It's not poisonous. Not to you.
What's this got to do with the plants?
It's like,
The
yeah,
water
we dealt with
controls
poison
all
in the
life,
last
just like
game
anywhere
with the
else on
hot
planet.
dogs.
Clouds form, rain falls. The water grows the plants, animals eat the plants. Anything you've perceived as an irregularity is simply a result of this hydrological cycle.
Eh.
Could you say that again, but like condense it as if you were talking to a slightly stupid person?
Yeah,
Lake
motherfucker
water
built like one of those
causes the
shrunken head
unpredictable
mummies.
alteration
Exactly.
of DNA. Sometimes.
Alteration?
Like, it's like everyone else got
Like
giraffe
mutation.
neck. He's got a
That'd be the
fucking
official
trunk
term.
neck.
For us, it's just nature.
And you're the local expert on all this stuff?
No, I'm just the gardener.
Just a gardener. Alright, well, where were you yesterday?
I was in my greenhouse, watering and weeding.
Sounds exciting.
Was anyone else around?
Just plant
Not
things.
at first. Penelope came in a
Photosynthesis.
little later. She likes looking at the flowers, I think.
Did you speak to each other?
A little, not too much. We both left the greenhouse in the early afternoon. I went up to my room. Then I came back outside to weed the main gardens. Didn't see anyone else. After that, I went up to the garden outside my room.
And
Let me
And?
guess. Watering and weeding.
Right.
did anything happen to you yesterday, Fitz?
Like, yeah, we need an account. But before that, more things.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes. Doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm literally
it was a
him!
joke.
They
I was
don't know
joking.
that I'm him!
I see. She was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
Yeah, she liked
One
bugs.
of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might
We
eat
found the
them.
bug thing in her
Freya
room.
brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside. She'd say, put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
You think she was using the bugs for paint? Because you can do that. You can crush up bugs to make paint. If you know how.
She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me, I can tell.
Well, what's interesting about this game is that in the last game, if you were randomly asking about people, they'd be like, I don't know who the fuck that is. At least in this one, it seems like everyone has something to say about somebody else, even if it's
Fifi
a couple sentences.
doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
Sure, I can ask her later.
Felix is a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. But his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
What?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you just said, buddy.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Yeah, she just don't like to talk too much. Tell me about the fruit.
This is a good example of how things work. I mix that soil here in the greenhouse. It's made with water from the lake.
And it makes the fruit grow all shiny and gemstony.
Sometimes
Just shine.
you never really know what's going to happen.
And what do you do with this shiny and edible fruit?
You look at it.
Man be breeding his own gemstones. You know anything about this
Freya's
painting?
best work, in my opinion. Although the photo doesn't carry the same energy as the real thing.
What do you think it's a painting of?
What do you mean?
Like, what's the subject matter? What's that big red thing?
Oh,
Yeah, what is
I
that?
don't think it's that kind of painting.
What? Yeah, tell me about her
Paints
paints.
are different to flowers.
I'd say so, yeah.
At any time, flowers can bloom with perfect, faultless colors. Red, blue, white. With paint, once you've tainted a color by mixing it with others, not even the most skilled painter can return it to its pure form.
Yeah, that's kind of how it works. You put the red together and the blue together, and you get purple, and then you can't undo it. There's no undo button.
Felix made that? Huh.
He did. You know about this bird book?
Penelope knows about birds. You should ask her instead.
Actually, I wanted to ask you about something. There's a plant mentioned on this page, see?
Yeah, the
Do you
plant.
have any? In the greenhouse?
No, I don't grow that anymore. I've tried in the past. It's incredibly difficult, even for me. I could never get it to live more than a couple of weeks.
Okay.
How odd.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get
Fitz's
out of
room is
you.
unlocked. It's up in the fellow tower.
This could be interesting.
I don't know if I want to go there yet. I think there was another room I could go into. I think this one, yeah. Like, let's try and stay in order. The music room. Oh, hello there. Hey, there's a thing with a horn.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Doot, doot.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Glass. Horn statue. A shiny statue of a strange creature holding a large horn. There is a noticeable crack running along the length of the statue's horn. Inside the horn and on the ground below are various shards of cracked glass. So, did it supersonic the glass? Lamps?
Are they paper lanterns?
Whatever they are, I like them. It's like a little parade of floating spirits.
What's that?
Oh, whatever it is, it's...
Well, it is gotta practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Okay, it's counted as far as that thing. I just saw the glass on the floor.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Alright, now we'll question the goth lady. Hello?
Are you a ghost?
Sally! That's rude! Unless
Hello?
she is-
It may come as a disappointment, but I am alive.
Ah,
That makes you a suspect, I'm afraid.
I know.
what's your name?
My name is Poppy. I'm a pointer. And a pianist.
We'll need to ask you a few questions
Poppy.
about Freya.
I know.
Hey, you're pretty good.
All in the wrist. And 13
Look at the
years
flick of the
dedicated
wrist.
practice.
Like, some of the characters look kinda sorta normal. Just a little exaggerated. She got the droopy hair. You and Felix.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way.
Okay, so, how related are they? Like, after that, I'm like, how related are they? Are they just... Is it just through marriage? Can you tell me about the
Oh,
horn?
look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody
Like,
else
fair
is
enough.
touching
After this, you crave the bean mouth. Fair enough. Alright, tell me about yourself, ma'am.
I'm just me. There's nothing to know.
How are you related to the other pointers?
My father is Percival Pointer. The professor spends most of his time hidden away in his tower. Barely speaks to anyone these days. Especially not the fellows.
Do you get on with the fellows?
2 of them. Fifi and Freya are my closest friends. We all turned 19
What if she's
last
just
year.
wearing a
Do
wig
people
and
ever
underneath she's got bread
leave
under her
Tangle
head?
Tower?
Like
I
she
don't mean
like
to
she
be
has a
rude.
little food
It's
pocket.
just, if you're 19...
You don't have to answer that, Poppy.
It's a fair question. I'd like to move away. Definitely. Fifi, Freya, and I would often talk about it, argue about it. Freya wanted to leave, but Fifi... Things are more complicated for her.
What about now?
After what happened, I really don't want to stay here much longer.
You like her style? Fair enough. Yeah, it's like she's got like a weird goth thing going on.
3.5 hours of piano practice. Soon as I
And you know,
wake
1,000-yard stare,
up,
just
same
like
as always.
3.5. Does that not hurt your hands?
Sure.
too pointy.
And
Yeah.
Do you do this in the music room?
No, I prefer to practice in my room. When I make mistakes, I like to make them in private.
What did you do after that?
They gotta smooth the
I
tip
was
of that head.
supposed to meet Fifi in the library, but I totally forgot. When I finally got down there, she'd already gone. I checked her bedroom, but it was locked.
Was Fifi not in there?
No idea. She keeps her door locked either way, so I
They look
went
like
back
Psychonaut
upstairs
characters. Yeah, you know
and
what,
out into the
actually?
moonlight garden.
They do.
What?
The little garden on the roof outside my room.
Was it just you up there?
No. Fitz came outside after a while. His room's on the other side. He's been teaching me about flowers.
So, did you talk to him?
Not really.
You ignored each other.
I didn't say that.
Alright.
That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kind of cool, but it's
Everyone's a
just tedious.
suspect
little
until
short,
proven
doesn't it?
otherwise. Do you know about fruit?
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that.
Alright, let's get your statement.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds. I've been trying to decide how to describe it, but I'm struggling. It was like something drilling into a piece of metal.
Drilling?
Different. Worse. I was pretty sure it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there to check. Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. I knew Freya and Flora were both supposed to be in there, so I made Fitz kick down the door. I went inside.
Alright, that's one way to do it.
Freya was lying on the floor.
Flora was in the room too?
Yeah. I think she realized what had happened at the same moment I did. I didn't know what to do, so I ran downstairs to get Fifi. Her door was still locked, but I knocked and shouted at her. Eventually, she let me in. The
Alright,
lights were
the
off,
stories are matching
but I
up,
could
so that's a
see
good
she'd
sign.
already been crying. I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry. First time I've ever seen her angry. I
And
dragged
then
her
she
out
punched you
into
in the
hall.
face. We know.
My father was there too. for some reason. The three of us went back up to Flora's tower. Then Felix arrived. He had Penny with him. Fifi had this idea. She wanted to do some kind of scientific test. She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes. After she was done, she went back upstairs and I went back to my room.
That's it?
That's it.
Alright, so her story basically matches up with Fifi, so the stories are being a little consistent, so that's a good sign.
Hard of head, but free of mind. Unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
Okay, so she's just gonna recite a poem for everybody, is that it?
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will.
Okay.
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays, in the center of a maze. Foregone drifter, holding fast, days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make round a room?
I feel like I should probably just be like snapping when she be doing the poetry. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space.
Okay then. Do you know about the open letter?
Don't you think that's weird? That the letter isn't addressed to anyone or signed by anyone?
That is
Someone's
sus.
being deliberately secretive.
Or they're trying to manipulate you?
How?
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
Well, what about Freya's paints?
Why is the glass cracked down one side?
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
No way. Freya took good care of her stuff.
So something happened that made them broken. Wait a minute. The cracked
Does this
tape.
belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody?
Like, I don't know. What about the damage
This
tape?
is mine.
This one's yours.
No,
Okay.
Well, yes, it was.
Because I was like,
I
one of
gave
them
it to
had
Freya
music
about a
on
year
it.
ago.
What was on it?
What
Nothing.
kitty?
It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
Like, maybe they did. You know about this photo?
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's
Yeah,
loyalty
look
to
at this
Freya is
photograph. Here's the
Hey.
drawings.
That's me. Not a
Yeah,
bad
she drew
likeness.
you.
It looks like you're standing in a rose bush.
Is there something wrong with that?
It's like, yes, but maybe no. I don't know.
All right. Poppy's
I
bedroom.
wonder what's in there.
Not yet. I want to go in the rooms in order. So this one next. Ah, the aviary. Okay, that must be Penelope. Okay. She got big bird hands.
Check out that butterfly.
That's a cool
Looks
butterfly.
evil.
Wow, judgmental.
What's this?
My little writing desk. It's kind of cute.
There's nothing written in the book, although someone's torn a page out of the middle.
Gee, I wonder where that page could have gone. Perhaps in a letter sent to someone somewhere. Well, let's question her.
Oh, just beautiful. What is it?
Huh?
Sort of a delicate jade, but with a little seafoam green, is that right?
What?
Sorry?
Your hair, dear! Which shade do you use? It's lovely. And that shape, you're really pushing
Even
it.
she's like, yeah, Sally, what do you
Oh.
do with your hair?
Thanks. I do what I can to offset Grimoire's beige on brown ensemble.
Detectives don't need to be brightly colored. We prefer to blend into the background.
Oh, you're the detective? Delightful. Penny Pointer, pleasure.
Benny
Is that code for
Pointer.
Penelope?
Officially, yes, but I never can be bothered with all 4 syllables of it. Penelope sounds a little ostentatious coming out of the mouth, don't you think?
I think it's fine.
Sure.
I guess
Yeah.
she's a burb, yeah. She likes burbs, so she became burb, I guess. Tell us more about yourself.
20-something, Aquarius, love to travel, and nearly all of my friends.
Did I miss
are
bean
birds.
mouth? No, alligator. Instead, you get bird
Where
nose.
Anywhere at all, as long as it has species worth studying. Ornithology, they call it. I call it the only thing I've ever been good at.
And have you studied the birds here at Tangle Tower?
But of course! Where else do you think I developed my love of the field? No matter where I go, I always find myself coming home to Tangle Tower.
Because of the birds.
Oh, no, because of him! Silly to admit, but I suppose I can't bear for us to be apart.
Who's
are
him?
you talking about?
Oh, don't you know? My fiancé.
Oh?
dear Fitz. He's not really the traveling type, you see.
Wait
Fitz
a
followed.
minute.
You're engaged to a member of the fellow
Interest
family?
lost.
I'm not especially interested in whatever tedious
Here's-
feuding goes on between our 2 families. Fitz and I find it much easier to stay out of it altogether.
Here's the thing, though. We saw a picture. We saw the drawing of Fritz giving the other girl the flower, but she's the fiance. Yeah, he gave Poppy a flower.
Very nice.
You've seen these before?
Yes.
All of them. Even this one of...
Yes.
Yes. Can you tell me about the bird book?
Somebody taking an interest in extinct animals.
Extinct.
Oh, yes. The book is very old. Most of the birds in it are long gone.
Well, what about this bird, though? The ink dip.
This one, well, it was thought to be extinct for a long time. Then one was found here at Tangle Tower.
So it's not extinct.
You misunderstand.
Not yet.
It was the last one. The very last.
Oh.
Is it a cryptid that perhaps a certain Remington would like to hunt? Perhaps.
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
He probably does, yeah, actually. Alright, what were you doing yesterday?
I woke early and headed down into the greenhouse to see Fitz. He's always there. Crack of dawn, every morning like clockwork.
How come?
It's where he's happiest. That, and he has a great deal of work to do every day. Watering, pruning, mulching, whatever that is.
Mulching.
With the work in the greenhouse?
Ah, yes,
Oh,
a man in his
no.
mulch.
I wouldn't dream of it. I'd probably break something.
So, you stayed with Fitz the whole day?
No. In the early afternoon, he went back inside. Rather suddenly, as it happens.
Did he say why?
He didn't. Probably just a touch of heat stroke, the poor dear. He's more delicate than you'd think.
What did you do after that?
But,
Let's see. I returned to the aviary to feed my birds.
And how many birds are
like,
you
there's
responsible
some
for?
kind of affair going on
Officially
here.
4,
With
but in truth,
Poppy,
it's more
like,
400.
Is
Can
Fritz
they not feed
cheating on her
themselves?
with Poppy?
Of
That's what
course.
I'm concerned
All
about.
of them do.
The
But I
evidence is
think they
pointing
just
to him
like the
cheating.
company. As do I.
But it's really hard to say right now. We don't have enough information to go on, but like... oh, jeez. Alright, give me your statement.
Sometime in the evening, I
Yeah, they
left
totally
the
have a happy
aviary and
marriage.
headed back towards my room. But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs. He was muttering something. Seemed a bit upset, the poor dear. I followed him down, but the grand hall was empty by the time I
Yeah,
got
happy
there.
engagement. That
Empty
too.
Aside from Detective Hawkshaw, who was loitering over by the library.
Alright, once
I
again,
don't
the
know what
stories
it
are
was,
matching
but
up.
She looked a little lost. I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower. I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path. For some
Felix?
reason, he was coming out of Fitz's bedroom. He looked rather lost, too. I told him I was looking for Uncle.
Right,
He
okay,
suggested
yeah.
we look up in Flora's tower room.
No, wait, this is still all
See, from the
matching up.
hallway, the door was off its hinges. I knew then something was terribly wrong. A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya. Uncle Pointer was there. Fitz, too, standing over in the corner with Fifi and Poppy.
What about Flora?
Of course, silent as ever. Uncle suggested we should leave. Give the others some space, you know. So he and I both returned to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Okay, again, it seems to all be matching up. She's got a little sneer on her face. Yeah, tell me about Poppy.
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
I did.
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
I
I
did.
did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to us?
Because that's what she does. She's a snake. Looks like one, too.
Oh,
Doesn't think it's unfair.
burn.
She started it.
Ear. Betty be like, Papa gotta stop stealing my man.
Oh, she's beautiful. Wait. Is that
Yes,
me?
it you. Ah ha ha, funny.
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
He's built like
And
a
so
tree.
Brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell.
Yeah, she already got a
what's
head
going
like
on
an
in that
Acme
beautiful
Advil.
It sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
Freya?
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning.
Shawty got a head
Repeat the
built
birds.
like a fender
Sometimes
headstock.
she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For my 21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath.
Aw,
I
that's
can't begin
sweet.
to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her. But she had a way of
Shawty got a
understanding.
head built like a Ford Edsel.
She's a most unsavory little...
Ooh,
She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
spicy.
Which part? the giant bird arms or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow.
Ma'am, please.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his
Aha!
responsibility. Did you not know that?
I didn't know that. I've been wondering who hired her. But now we know. This is very important information.
She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh. You don't need to.
No. It's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
She's comfortable with being a bird brain.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Not a lot of positive opinions about Felix.
She's quite
Like,
the
worst dad of the
expert, truth be
year.
told.
Totally
Studied
delusional.
professionally at one point. I think her father taught her.
Are you friends with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's
A
one
little
for
bit.
the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it.
Like, well, you don't know their story.
I
Portrait?
doubt Freya intended it, but the overall effect is a little unsettling. Don't you think?
A bit.
It's Flora that's the problem. She's an inescapably haunting presence, bless her.
Maybe she's a ghost. Maybe that's why she can't talk.
Hello. Who penned this juicy little number?
We don't know. It's not signed.
An anonymous letter? Classic clue.
Yeah, a piece of paper that might have been torn out of a book that you just so happen to have on your table. Huh?
How terrible.
You recognize it?
The color scheme. 3 different pinks. Obscene.
Alright, whatever.
We can get into Penny's room.
Now, like, right now?
Yeah, you know what? Let's go. Like, sure, why not? You show me the birds. Little birdhouse.
It's a birdhouse.
Are those real birds?
What do you mean? Oh!
Nope. They're wooden.
Hello.
They're using up all the perches. What if a real bird wanted to use it?
Swap the position of the 7 birds. Huh. Like, clearly it's supposed to be like a family tree, but like... Like, you might be more towards the top. Like, I imagine the wide-eyed ones stay wide-eyed. So, like, if you have these two wide-eyed, it makes a big eye. And then you would have the line and the curve of the eye going down the family tree. Wait, I think I just solved it. Did I just solve it? I think I just solved it.
Yep,
Alright.
That's it.
Nice work.
Because I was like, yeah, it's gotta be like a thing where you put the 2 things together to make the thing with the eyes.
Did the door open? What's in there?
Now I'll get her! A ripped piece of paper crumpled into a ball. Red flower petals were inside. A message is angrily scrawled on the paper. Now I'll get her! And a little dog, too! Extremely sus.
That's some flower.
There's something weird about it.
Yeah, the getter.
It just feels out of place.
Like, this burp lady is immediately sus. A lot of evidence is currently pointed against her. A brightly colored flower with an unusual shape. It looks very healthy and well looked after. The soil in the pot looks fresh and moist. It's also an unusual blue color. Okay. Anything else?
A little tea set. Looks recently used.
One of the cups has tea in it.
What's in the other one?
Birdseed.
Eh.
A little bedtime reading?
Let's see. Romance novels, detective novels, and
What?
this one appears to be both.
Nice.
Looks like nature invited itself in. Rude.
Nah, she likes the birds. Which room to go into next? Like, we can either finish up this side, or we could cross on over. Maybe I should keep going up. Yeah, I still got my gal for the Rizzler, and now I'm on watch list in 25 states. Alright, here's Poppy's room. Oh, I like the chandelier.
It's an octopus.
Yeah, sticking your gat out for the Twizzler. I do like me some Twizzlers. My favorite kind of Twizzlers, the ones you can peel. I like the peely ones.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8. Don't say it.
Sextopus.
Ah! Like, oh, Sally got a sense of humor. Never ever take advice from Zoomer songs. You will end up on the wrong side of history every time. Yeah, that sounds about right. Like, you shouldn't be chug-jugging or whatever that song was either.
Sheet music, presumably for piano.
It's only a few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some reason.
Sheet music. The sheet music has been framed as decorated with delicate old-fashioned illustrations. Aw. That might be important. Metronome?
It's a metronome for keeping time.
It's ticking.
Tick-tock?
Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are, though.
Use the buttons to rotate all 4 metronomes up to the hoop at the top. So... Ah, yeah, so if I do that... Real high-class individuals listen to World of Warcraft parody songs. And the YouTube poops. Alright, it didn't reset.
The puzzle?
It's not...
I'll come back later.
I want the...
It's a metronome.
Okay, now it's completely reset. Yeah, so we want to have it all together. So... Yeah, so that's all gonna stay together. Oh! That's pretty simple.
There we go.
Perfect.
Yeah, it's like I was messing up with it. I'm like, I noticed when you click on the things, it rotates the ones that match up with the thing. So that's why I reset, because I had everything all jumbled up. And then I tried to see if I could get at least 2 on 2, and it was like, yeah. Okay, that was pretty simple.
What happened?
A little hatch unlocked in the back.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm. Part of a photograph.
There's the other half of the photograph! Oh, shit! The ripped photo shows a young girl with blonde hair and pink clothes. The girl in the photo is using a bright pink cassette player with matching headphones. The rest of the photo shows Fifi and Freya. It was hidden in Freya's room. So... yeah.
There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something suspicious.
Very sus!
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Do I want to go ask her now? I don't know if I finished investigating this room. Like, there's a whole lock on this
big
door.
glass door leads out into a garden.
There's a little mechanism.
Alright, let's see. slide the lid open, and then move the tiles to the correct spot? Like that?
Nothing. Still
All
locked.
4 tiles have a moon symbol.
Those other symbols look like suns.
I think it is, but
Okay, clearly I did that all wrong. Yeah, because I thought, oh, I could just put the moon piece on top of the sun, and then that would work, but it looks like it's not the case. Maybe I have to do opposites? No. Can't be opposites. Maybe... Oh, I'm not sure.
Nope.
maybe the information we need
So
is
where is it?
somewhere else.
Somewhere else. Like, do we have the answer for this puzzle?
I guess we'll come back later.
Like, we might have the answer for this. Sheet music. Hmm.
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing. That is the bed of a vampire.
It's like, not a vampire, a goth. Know the difference.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Yeah, it might be that I don't have the answers for now.
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. Never realized there are so many shades of black.
Well, yeah, you got off black, you've got brown black, you've got black black, you've got blue black, you've got purple black. Yeah, I don't think I can solve that. All right, let me see here. We'll go all the way up here. Hello? But yeah, I'm gonna go take my potty break. I'll be right back. Eee. Alright, I have returned. Let's see, was with the globes.
You know, I've always wanted one of those.
The little planetaries.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Look at the planets!
Wait a minute. Earth in the middle, sun on the outside. How old is this thing?
It's like old enough to, still think the sun rotates around the Earth. Do I have to move these and rotate around? Oh wait! You have to create an angle. I have it the wrong way. I think. Because clearly I gotta have them, like, angled. And then they'll be... Alright, I think I'm on the right track. Maybe. Like, I thought maybe I was on the right track, I'm not sure. I'm like... I see what I gotta do, I gotta fill up the shadows. But I'm like, housed? How do I shadows? Maybe that goes there, and then maybe these have to be on like an angle, because I see the little juts. So maybe that's too short. Maybe you go over here. Does that look correct? Because it's like, I think that's it. It fills up the things. That looks correct.
I got it.
I'm impressed.
What's inside the box?
Did you hear that? Something.
There's a little hatch underneath. What's in there?
Get
a bunch of
a
paper. Looks like somebody's research.
bugs. Okay. Various research notes and diagrams. The golden beetle, named for its exoskeleton composed of a mineral approximately 90% identical to gold, has a lifespan of several years. It fends off predators with a loud hiss, records of over 95 decibels. You also went to the potty? Well, all you missed was I solved the planet puzzle by doing like shadowy things. I was like Plato's cave. And by being completely indigestible. This mistid has a somewhat spurious reputation, checking my posture, reputation for causing ill fortune to those that see it. Yeah, the gator's here. Yeah, the gave. Poke his butt.
Listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering.
The stars.
So quiet, and yet so
The
loud.
stars.
What are they whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You
Yeah,
find
who?
yourself standing in the astronomy tower of one Professor Percival
Dude's literally
Pointer.
got a roof for a hat.
Seems like this tower belongs to the Pointers.
I'm sure it's supposed to be his
and the
hair,
other
but
one
it looks
belongs
like
to the
a
fellows.
roof.
Well observed, my dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Alright, oh. Yeah, it's those angular bowl cut. It's like, how'd you like your bowl cut? Roof-shaped.
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Just a little
Sounds
hobby,
like you're quite well
huh?
known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return.
So you a
Nor
broke
would I
ass bitch,
expect
got
it
it.
to. I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos, working
And a
to
bomb.
translate its message so that I may share it with the world.
Cool. Tell the cosmos I
Just
say
like
hi.
you. Alright, what were you doing yesterday?
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course. I sat for a while besides the pond in the garden. It's a favorite
Right,
spot of mine.
the mulching.
Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at
Good
my
God, he has
telescope.
the noodle
Did you see
fingers.
anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a while before you found out what had happened to Freya.
Quite.
The
Normally,
stars
I
are
would be
now
the last to
noodles.
find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the fellow tower. later
Shawty
that evening.
built like a birdhouse. Well, that's why his daughter's obsessed with birds. It's Freudian. Oh no.
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and
Yeah, you
slightly
hired the
frustrated.
detective. I gotta ask you
Same
about
as ever
that.
then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could hear shouting coming from inside. I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter. I had no desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went
Wait.
up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room.
Hold up. Hold the fuck up. His story does not match with Fifi and Poppy's. In their story, if I'm recalling this correctly, in their stories, they said that he was already in the room when they went up the tower. Like, I'm pretty sure they said he was already in the room. I could check the statements again. I'm sure it'll let me. But they said he was on the stairs for some reason, did he? I don't know, just something about the way he said it did not seem right. But, you know what, well, let's just continue. I can always
Flora
check
and
back.
Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took
Yeah, I could just
Penelope
ask them
with
again.
me,
I
and
could
we
be
both went back
misremembering.
to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Alright. We'll start with yourself.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
How about we
I'm
don't?
not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
Yeah. Hawkshaw.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
What?
Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows.
The
Like
fellas.
rats deserting a sinking ship.
Okay.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Oh, no.
Everybody's a
I
suspect.
personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
So many people mysteriously disappearing.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Okay.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I
The
think
fault
she
in the
was
stars.
captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the
Yeah, The Fault in the
grounds
Stars
100
in
times
time.
over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did. Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge.
She's the
I dare say
heiress?
she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous.
As dangerous as
Wait,
those
are
noodle
you
arms
two
of yours,
science
sir.
rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. He
Alright.
should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot. In life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered it or lost it.
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Yeah,
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say you could ask her about it, but I think you might find that to be a bit of a dead end.
'cause she don't do the talking so much.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind
Domo
by a
Venom,
previous
welcome. How you
inhabitant of
doing?
Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Yeah, it was in. I think that was what we found in the globes.
What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
I'm doing good, thank
Oh,
you.
If you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
Cryptic, but okay.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
Yes, very.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
He likes to make them shiny. Can I use your
Every
stethoscope?
astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, hey! Hello!
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up. Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
Could it be up?
Is
She's
that
looking
a
up here?
window?
I think it
Is
is.
there another room above Flora's
Is the book to
room?
hide his bald head? Probably.
We should check that next time we're over there.
As someone said, Shawty be looking like a birdhouse.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
Like it could be.
I can just about see the gramophone.
The
You
painting?
can see right into Flora.
Not by
I can see behind her.
No, we saw this already. Alright.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope?
Yeah, why is it looking all the way on the other side of the tower?
I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
That's
There's
inconvenient.
something about Pointer's astronomy habits. Something.
Let's ask him about it.
That is pretty sus.
So,
Suspicion?
Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe,
Expand
it
your
cannot
mind?
be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Yeah.
Go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Yeah. The bug.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes,
The spy on
My
people.
little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
The Italian with all his gesturing? Probably. Let's see, insects was sneaking up on, was actually looking at, was on top of, was trying to hide. Was actually looking at. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene.
Accuse him
and
of
not up at the sky.
Penny.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly
Be
entomologist.
like, no.
Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are
Yeah.
you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You
Oh.
think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's-
Maybe.
It's a very precious specimen. Incredibly rare. Valuable in ways you could never
House ass,
understand.
hair ass looking
Freya was
motherfucker.
always sneaking
Yeah, he
around,
hella sus.
Both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
Yeah, that's a good fucking question.
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora?
Really?
You mean Freya?
Wait, Floor, wait,
Flora.
wait,
She
whoa.
was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was
What?
fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself.
Do you think he's
I
wax or
needed to know what
grease?
was going on.
Probably.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I
I
told you in my
knew he
statement
was full
true.
of shit.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
All right. Does the dialogue change now that I got a suspicion?
So, what's up with this golden beetle?
I can't help. I'm not.
Nope, he still lies about it. Okay, I just wanted to see if it was different. Why did you just say he saw Flora fall from his window? I don't know.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
What's she
Nothing.
keeping there?
At the moment, it was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
No. I want to fill my egg of things. With jewels and cool stuff. Alright, there's one room we haven't been in yet. Let's check that first. We can figure out the rest later. It's Frizzy's room. It's very bare.
An empty glass and an empty plate.
Like,
Looking at it is making me want to cry.
is this boy dinner?
Why?
I don't know.
Am I looking at boy dinner right now?
It's a little handmade card. Someone's drawn a heart on the front. Inside it says, "To Fitz, from PP."
PP. Which PP? Poppy or Penelope?
Hello.
What's in the box?
Not hidden very well, is it?
Doesn't need to be.
Oh.
It's a combination lock, sort of.
Arrange the piece of paper to find... Lock combination. I mean, I see this shape. Huh. Does it look more like that? It's got like a bigger head. It does look like all the shapes are different. So... Let's see, what else can I make? Because I see there's probably like more than one answer. Ah, here we go. Alright, we got a teardrop. Let's see, where's the teardrop? Okay, teardrop, we got that. What else can I make? Little 3-heart. And then what's left? What's left for there to be here? A little bullet-shaped one.
I did it.
Okay, got it.
Not bad.
I wasn't sure because those two looked similar, but I was like, let me just try and piece everything together.
Anything in there?
That solved itself.
Yeah, it's wrapped in a cloth. Hold on. Huh. That's kind of ominous.
Oh, really? Ooh, is a scooper. A metal gardening trowel with a decorative pattern. As a decorative pattern engraved onto it in letters either side of a heart. PP heart FF. Yeah, it's like an egg sandwich does sound good, actually. Now, what's with the lock?
It's locked.
I thought we
We
were...
are.
What's that thing by the handle?
Wait a minute. Oh, shit! This is the other half of the combination. That means the first half of the solution is this.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right.
Because I remembered.
And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of...
Wait, go back! Go to the place! I know exactly what I need to do! Right
A
here!
big glass door leads out into
There's a little mechanism.
And then here was a zigzag. Got it.
something
That
happened.
must be it. Finally.
Whatever's on the other
Alright, let's go outside. Okay, I solved that puzzle. It's the rooftop garden. What is that?
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
This is like bleh.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Feathers. What kind of feathers? Interesting.
It's a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
The roses are bright red, too.
Aren't roses normally that color?
Exactly.
Alright.
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
Go doot doot
He's
doot.
also wearing headphones.
Well, they're not part of the statue, and they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Earmuffs. A slightly weathered statue of a strange creature holding a lute. A pair of earmuffs have been placed on the head of the statue. Yeah, it's like I just got an achievement being like, Swamp Monster? Like, is this boggy? Like, yes, hello, is this boggy? Oh, we haven't been up here. What
It's
that?
a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
Werewolf?
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Alright.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
Probably.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Where's that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Yeah, let's take a look. Oh, shit, you could see the body, like, right from here. Wow. Interesting.
What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Huh. It's a reel thingy. A brass reel with a screw on top. Coiled around the reel is a length of fine red rope. Okay. Anything else in here? Chest?
Just dusty junk.
Darn. Like anything up the windows?
Someone painted out the window.
Do
Huh.
you think it was done recently?
They painted out the window so they couldn't be seen through the telescope.
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious.
Yeah, that is suspicious, because we saw the place through the telescope, so we're in the place where the window was with the telescope. But if it was painted over, you wouldn't be able to see what's inside, which is extremely sus. I need to check on you. Can I check your statement again? Actually, you know what I think about this trowel?
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah. I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Huh. Alright. Tell me about Benny.
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage. Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Okay. Let's try your
I
suspicion.
need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She liked to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea. Acid jazz?
It's piano.
Acid jazz.
Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Yes, it does.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Yes,
Why
you
not?
would. We saw the
Not
photo of you.
my color.
You used to be pink. You used to like these
You
colors.
used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
Yes, the photo is you.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Wait, I'm supposed to... Pink cassette tape. Crack. Message. Yeah, pretty big change in style. Yeah.
The
Try
pink
this.
cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
Alright, got it.
That is not me.
Yeah,
it
she probably
is.
is the most
I'll
human
prove
looking.
it.
Prove it with the ripped photo. There we go. All solved.
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends.
Yeah, back when you guys used to get along.
Why'd you tear it up? And then hide it?
And you guys
I
actually
think
look
the
normal in
answer
the
is
photo.
pretty straightforward.
She doesn't want to look like that anymore? I don't
She
know.
doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta
That
be
is
a connection between the tape,
possible.
the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
Yeah, that's what I want to
have
know.
No idea.
Alright. It's checked off, so I'm assuming that means I got what I needed out of it.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we
And she
found
tried to
it in your
rip the
room.
tape too.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there.
It's like something happened to the gramophone that
mean,
caused it all to be all cracked.
Please stop talking to me.
So it's like it must have, maybe it fell over or something and then someone picked it up and put it back up, but it was already broken.
Those pedals.
What about them?
It's nothing. They're just unusual.
Okay. I'm curious about the trowel. Wait, did I never get a statement? Oops.
This is yours, Fitz?
Yeah,
Do you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
That wasn't what she asked.
Guess I never got a
was up in the
statement.
rooftop garden. It was quiet. And then it wasn't. I can't describe it. Could have been a scream, but it didn't sound human. We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
We?
Poppy was with me. Did I not mention that? Flora's room was locked. That's normal. She usually locks it from the inside. I knocked on the door and shouted. Nobody responded. We became concerned.
You kicked the door down?
I did. Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back. Flora was there too, but I barely noticed her at first. Poppy left the room for a while.
Yeah, because
When
Flora
she
had
came
fallen
back, She had
down.
her father with her, and Fifi too. Penelope arrived shortly after that, with Felix in tow. I thought that was odd. You don't normally see the two of them together. Felix took charge. There was nothing else I could do to help. I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything. I found her pacing back and forth around the stone square. When I approached her, she snapped at me.
Oh.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long.
Well, you know, that was
When
just
I
a
told her
murder.
about Freya, she fell silent.
You know how it is.
Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy
Yeah,
that.
friends.
Clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Right, indeed. Yeah, you've been teaching her about that cross-pollination, haven't you?
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
Good. Right.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
We
Feathers?
found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone.
Do some pruning.
That's all the statements.
Yeah, we got all the
Let's
statements.
go over them all.
Let's go over them. Like, as we're going over them, we can see if there was actually any inconsistencies.
That's all the statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Yeah, let's see. Did anyone lie?
Up in the moonlight garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. It lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so we went up there.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs, just outside my room.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase.
Interesting that we're able to, like,
Crossed
piece
hall
together the
and began
timeline for this
up the
just
bellows
based off the
staircase.
statements.
As I was passing through the
Very
front
convenient.
door, Penelope called out from behind me.
I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading
Okay, so
up
it is all
tower
lining
to
up.
find Professor
Okay.
Pointer.
Like,
So
never
I
mind.
escorted
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
An hour?
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I
It's
told
like,
her
yeah,
about
it's
Freya,
like I've been sitting here for an
she fell
hour while
silent.
you guys were all staring at a dead body.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each other.
Yeah, they
They
do.
don't just
They
line
do
up.
after all.
Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Yeah, wait a minute. Everybody's got like alibis and shit. Well, I guess we gotta start revisiting people. How about Fifi? Yeah, they're all in on it. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. They're all like, yeah, fuck this chick. She's not a pureblood. She's the granddaughter of a bastard. Yeah, we got new people, so you can
Name,
tell me things.
Hawkshaw. Age, unknown. Profession, private detective. Likes, quote, being left alone. Dislikes, quote, being constantly badgered by a weirdo nerd with a clipboard.
Oh, that's mean.
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24. Profession, cryptobotanist. Likes, soil. Dislikes, electric lights.
Hang on.
Cryptobotanist.
Cryptobotanist?
What?
I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do not.
Well,
It's a gang murder. They're all in on it.
Got to be just barely 5.
They all wanted the inheritance.
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
Oh. Sus.
Name, Percival Pointer. Age, 57. Profession, none.
I'm pretty sure he's an astronomer.
Oh yes, of course. How uncharacteristically forgetful of me.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I didn't know he's supposed to have a job. I thought we were all supposed to have the same story.
Name, Penelope Pointer. Age, 27. Profession, ornithologist. Likes, birds. Dislikes, insects. Notes, Penelope is very beautiful. I have never had very much in common with her.
And it's like, Freya could be the cutest if not for her giraffe neck. Yeah, right? She's even got spots like a giraffe. Even if it is just paint.
Name, Poppy Pointer. Age, 19. Profession, oh. Apparently Poppy has defaced my notes. Under profession, I had of course originally written pianist, but she has crossed that out and written the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
She got you. Didn't we find this diary earlier or
A
something?
book. My book.
And what's in it?
Pages.
That is a sick profession.
Do you know who was reading this book?
It belongs to my mother.
And she left it in the library?
No, my mother has not been in the library for some time.
Fifi, did you test the red paint in this pot?
Yes, I did. I discovered it too was blood, not paint.
Oh!
A whole pot full of blood?
Not a whole pot. It is only partially full.
Whose blood
Yeah,
is
but
it?
still, doesn't that freak you out?
No. In fact, it may be considered rather reassuring.
Yeah, that's a little weird. That's like, oh yeah, she was painting with blood this entire time. That kind of explains some things.
I believe Freya was attempting to communicate something through this painting.
Any idea what it was?
I am not the person to ask. All I see is a blood-red mountain with angry storm clouds brewing above it. As such, I cannot ascertain any meaning from it whatsoever. Curious. This photograph.
Is
My
you?
favorite photograph.
So...
It's you when
why'd
you were
rip it
younger.
in half?
And your eyes
That was
weren't
not
fully
me.
split yet.
Besides, it was not a half that was ripped off. It was only a third.
Who is
Yeah.
in the photo?
I'm quite sure that I have no idea.
Oh, you do. You just don't want to say.
That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is.
Oh, maybe that's what she saw then. She performed surgery on herself to move her eyes? Probably. But she just said that she called this trowel a blade, and then she mentioned seeing him with a knife. She might have mistook the trowel for a blade. Yeah, it's like...
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something.
Let's ask her about it.
Yeah, let's do the suspicions.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
Do you seriously require an explanation? Very
Maybe.
well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and this particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's got a lock on it. Could it be someone else's?
It's somebody else's diary.
How could you arrive at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need
Unless
a
you
clue to compare
stole
with the
it.
diary. Something to prove who the original owner was.
Wait a minute. She's holding a book in this photo. See? That's probably hers.
Let's take a closer look at this.
See. Try this.
Blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your room, and you kept it locked, too.
Why would I do either of these things?
Oh, you know, raisins. Domo Heavy Aether, welcome. Didn't want anyone to see? Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within the diary? I don't know.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something...
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
Might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Yeah, open it up for us so
Very
we can
well.
take a look
I will
inside.
open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
All right.
If you say
Fifi
so.
unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
Let's see. It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them. All 5. Eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. Yeah, like, was she summoning Satan or something? Like, what the hell? What was she up to?
Freya was definitely up to something.
Yeah, she was up to something. What was she up to? I don't know.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And
Yeah,
we
let's check
could
the
have
garden, see what's up. Like, something's definitely sus. Who left this here?
This wasn't here before.
Yeah, what's this?
What is it?
It's
What
a
is
little
it?
wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. Nani? Wait. Eh. Ghost? Spooky. Like she's become a god. It's like, I don't think it's like that,
What do you
but
think? Is it really
oh
from
goodness.
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Is this another girl becomes god? We'll see.
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
Oh no.
it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
No!
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the
Spooky!
little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Unfinished business? Oh, that's a little weird. A little weird, a little ominous. Alright, let's question Felix again.
Looks like Freya's paints.
Do you know why the pots are cracked down one side?
No, that's very odd. They're normally in excellent condition.
You seem pretty sure about that.
It's unlike her to leave paint on the brush.
I think we'll give her a pass, given the circumstances.
Given that she's
yes.
a
So we
ghost! Ooh.
I've been carving for a couple of years now. I was hopeless when I started, but it didn't take me long to master it, as you can see.
Do
Right.
you paint them yourself too?
I do indeed. Freya kindly taught me the basics. Nowadays, I can make just about anything I can imagine. Of course, this particular model is a self-portrait based on hard fact.
Hard fact, huh? So, you own a sword, Felix?
Of course, I own a
Got a
great
sword?
many, but my weapons are stored well away from Tangle Tower. Safety first. All that. Now you found it. What do you think, huh? I had to rush the final touches a little bit. It turned out all right, though.
What's it supposed to be?
Family?
It's Flora, of course. Surrounded by all her favorite people.
Oh. Who's the chicken? Is the bird?
Where did you find that?
It was in the library.
Really? How odd. Flora's quite fond of that old thing. It's in poor shape, though.
Do you know what happened to it?
Can't say I do.
Alright. Yeah, we have a lot of people we can question you about now.
My daughter Fiona, our little burgeoning genius. You've met her?
We did. She's
Yeah.
going by Fifi these days.
Fifi!
So I've heard. I asked her some weeks ago, what's wrong with your real name? She told me, get this, she wanted a name with an even number of syllables. She makes
so
up the
she-
strangest things when she's under pressure.
What makes you think she made that up?
I happen to know the real reason she prefers Fifi over Fiona.
Oh yeah?
It's what Freya called her.
Aw, you just OCD things. It's like, aw, she likes it 'cause Freya.
Quite
So
the
cute.
character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No.
I just meant because we both wear.
Like, no, I meant,
you know,
I made it the fuck
red
up.
capes, of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you call that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to
Yeah,
say.
it is cute.
I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle. Honestly, it's
Oh.
probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?
Not according to
Because
Pointer.
I would have heard of it.
Like, no, I'm good. But yeah, no. Because Pointer was having, probably had his golden beetle stolen, he hired Hawkshaw to help him find it. And then he was spying through the telescope to see if he could find who took it. So that's why Hawkshaw's here. Alright.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything. Brain like an onion.
An
Onion.
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely. She's a very vigilant young woman. Poppy's a good friend to my daughter. Always has been. I think they get on well because they're so different.
Different, like how?
Poppy is, she's quite introspective, good with feelings. Fiona,
It's okay, you can say
not
she's
so
emo.
much. Still, Poppy always seems to be sulking about something.
The heavy, heavy price of emotional intelligence.
Penelope seems to have really settled into a groove. She struggled a bit when she was younger, always a little estranged.
How come?
Well, she was mostly raised by her uncle, and he really only makes time for his own daughter. Now, of course, she's bringing the two families together through her marriage. It's a nice gesture, heartfelt, but futile.
Yeah, you guys don't like each other.
Percival Pointer. Good old... So, what do you reckon? Is he the murderer?
It's like, hey, did this guy I don't like just happen to be the
We're
murderer?
willing to share at this time.
I'm just saying... keep
I'm
an
not
eye
clicking on anything.
him.
They're deliberately
Holds
cutting each
on to
other
a lot
off.
of bitterness, does old Pointer. Just because he's always struggled to support his family. Slightly pathetic, really.
And how long have you known him?
Over 35 years.
Childhood friends? Rivals?
Don't know if I'd do him the honor of considering him my rival.
Okay.
There's something about Felix's painting supplies. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go!
There's something about the image of something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
No, let's... Felix first.
So, about this paint we found in your room.
Nothing suspicious about it. I used it to paint, obviously. Totally
Yeah,
normal
painting.
thing to do.
We never said it was suspicious.
Come on then. Now, what exactly are you accusing me of?
Swapping paint.
It's not your paint pot. Did you take it from somewhere else?
What on earth? It's definitely mine. I even have proof. Look, the lid matches the ones on all my other paint pots. End of discussion.
That's not the end of the discussion.
We need a clue to compare with Felix's red paint. Something to prove who it actually belongs to.
Well, it just so happens that we have paint. It's Freya's paint.
Let's take a closer look at this.
So... See, is full of, was used to paint is exactly the same. Yeah, it was stolen and replaced with? Afraid to notice what happens? Could it be that?
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot. But Freya noticed what has happened. Almost. Maybe just changed.
Oh wait, the lids are different!
Freya's red paint pot was stolen and replaced with Felix's red paint pot, but the lids were swapped to hide it.
Alright, I knew it was
That
the red paint.
is
I was
from
just
Freya's
like,
supplies,
what's different?
Not yours. Swapping the lids doesn't hide what you did.
Why are you bothering me about paint anyway? And none of this is connected to your murder.
Au contraire. It could be blood. The pot has blood. It was used to fill up. No. Was somehow filled with blood. After? No. Before. It was filled with blood before she painted it. So when she did do the painting, it would have the blood on it.
This red paint pot was somehow filled with blood before Freya used it to paint Flora.
Oh, that's definitely something. Right, fine. Here's the story. I was busy working on a project. When I suddenly realized I had run out of red paint. There was a certain amount of time pressure. So I politely asked Freya if I could borrow hers. Just for a little while, you know. Perfectly reasonable request.
But she said no.
I tried to explain why I needed it, but she didn't seem to care. So, well, I took Freya's red paint pot and swapped it with my own empty one.
You went into her room?
Not my proudest moment, but it's just paint. I didn't touch anything else.
And the paint pot you left behind was definitely empty?
So someone filled it up
I
after he swapped it.
no idea how it got blood in it.
Yeah, how'd it get
That's
blood in it? That's
Why were you in
that's
such a
the
hurry
weird
to get a
part.
hold
How'd
of
it get
red paint
blood?
anyway?
How'd it get blood?
I
How'd it get
was trying
blood?
to finish in time for Flora's birthday. I needed red to paint the final details.
Could you not have just used a different color?
Out of the question. It had to be red and white.
If you managed to finish it, why haven't you given it to Flora yet?
Like, she
Yeah,
could have filled it
well,
up with blood
I
herself. Who
decided
knows?
against it in the end. After what happened, seemed a bit insensitive.
Alright. Well, let's go sussy the baka. Hello, ma'am. Oh yeah, your egg. Did I ask you about egg?
Flora, this is your egg? Why do you keep it locked?
Posture.
Is there supposed to be something in there? Or is it always empty?
He's like,
Did you ask Freya to paint this? Or was it her idea?
What is that you're holding in the painting, Flora? Some people have been saying it's a knife.
We met Felix, your husband. He's one of our suspects, and he seems pretty suspicious if you ask me. So,
he's very sus.
if you want to stick up
Sussy
for
the
him,
baka sounds like a VTuber
now's your
name.
chance.
Yeah.
Nice try. We spoke to your daughter Fifi. She's some kind of super intelligent scientist. You must be proud of her. We spoke to
Okay.
Hawkshaw. I assume she didn't get anything out of you either. I bet that really ticked her off.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials?
Yeah, actually, they do have the same initials. Huh.
Do you and Poppy get along?
Nothing. Shocker. Grimoire, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Scribbling in the margins.
Like, look, I drew a hat.
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know. You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
Yes, he can. We already confirmed that.
So, this painting, specifically that knife in Flora's hand.
Yeah, it's creepy. but we didn't find a knife anywhere in the room. So what's going on?
It's not a knife.
It's not a knife.
Has she said anything at all? No.
We need a clue to compare with the painting. Something to explain what that knife shape actually is.
The trowel, I guess. Could it be the trowel?
That kinda makes sense, but no.
No? Really? Could it be then? Feather?
That kinda makes sense, but no.
Wait! Look at that. Right here.
Let's take a closer look at this.
The feather. Ink dip bird. Yeah, I'm trying to be the smart. Yeah, the painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
The painted knife is actually just a feather from an ink dip bird.
Like, very
It's
simple.
definitely the right shape, but the book's not in color. The thing Flora's holding in the painting is red and white, specifically. Is there anything to suggest that the ink dip bird is red and white
Yep,
too?
it was one big red herring. Ink bird being red and white. Oh wait! Fuck. Her favorite thing. The bird! He was like, yeah, this is my favorite, this is one of her favorite things.
This little thing? I don't understand why Felix would make a model of this bird as part of a gift for Flora. And come to think of it, why would Flora be
Yeah,
holding
you're
a
right. The
feather
other
in
dude did
painting
specify
anyway?
red and white, so I was like, yeah, wait a minute. Like, we just talked to Felix about this. Pennies. Was the ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by. So it's a memorial painting?
The ink dip bird was Flora's pet, so she kept a single feather to remember it by.
That's kind of
She
sad.
kept the bird as a pet. And it died?
Maybe it flew away.
Flora spends all her time staring out the window.
Either way, she kept the feather. I think it was pretty important to her.
Alright, so she was holding the feather while Freya was painting her. But where is it now? You'd think she'd keep it somewhere close by.
Yeah, I think she does. Normally. This is where Flora usually keeps her feather.
In the egg! Egg, bird, feather. Here.
But we opened it. It's empty.
Mm-hmm. Completely empty.
That means someone took it.
Flora?
Hello? No, we're not gonna finish it today. We're gonna finish it tomorrow. It's like, I looked up how long this game was. It's like 5 to 6 hours. If I finish it early tomorrow, I already have a backup game, so I already thought in advance for all this.
She's pointing at something in the corner of the room.
It's just a pile of books. They're not... Wait, there's something tucked inside this one.
Oh. Drawings of Flora and a small bird. There's a handwritten message on the back. These are for you. Love, Freya. That's strange.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Yeah.
We know a
crime
little more
scene.
about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
No. Huh. Hide
The
evidence?
painted ink dip feather was designed to match a real knife to hide the evidence. Nope.
No.
The painted ink dip feather was designed to match a real knife to resemble a bloody knife. That's not right.
Perhaps Freya painted the blood onto the painting herself.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to prove the existence of magic. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Yeah, I'm like, what's...
Blood from the paint pot
Okay, got it.
was used to paint
I was like,
the red tip
I
of
gotta piece
the
something
painted
together
ink
here.
dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either
Yeah,
it's a
why?
very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the
Possibly.
only person who could have hidden the feather,
What,
unless
Kitty?
someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from
Kitty?
the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right
Yeah,
now,
that's the
I'm
thing,
less
it's like-
interested in the what and more interested in the how.
Yeah, it's like... Someone did a stabbing
The angle
somehow.
of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
What
Through the
happened, Kitty?
painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
You think she was just lying down for a nice little nap? That's certainly sus. But yeah, I think we shall bookmark it here. Seems like a good place to stop. And we'll figure out the rest of the mystery tomorrow. The murder will be solved tomorrow. It's only a day away. You know, they didn't really check the cause of death or anything. Yeah, it's like, all we know is that she got stabbed. And that's kind of it. But yeah, let's see. Okay, Miss Seneca's still streaming. Or not? I'm like, I'm looking at it, I'm like, did something just happen? Like, I'm trying to see what's going on and then I get hit with ads. Like heckin' stinky ads. Yeah, it looks like she lost her connection. If Spicy's still good, I can just hop over there then. It's like I was gonna raid Miss Seneca, but if she's disconnected, that might not be a good idea right now. Like, yeah, she's gone. Alright. Spicy it is. Oops, I spelled it wrong. God damn it, I put the E in by accident. There's no E! I almost put the E in again! I gotta stop that. Alright, good night, everyone. Rest well, be nice to your family, and, try not to stab people. Not nice, it's very rude. Good night.